So the story behind the Bird Crush Club is this. I constantly like designing birds, and every time I sit down to design something new, I think about birds. And for a while I was fighting against that, thinking you always design birds, you should probably try something else. And then I decided, what the heck? Let's lean into it. Let's lean in real hard. Let's lean in so hard that I need a theme song. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Webb and I am the designer behind the cross-stitch company Lindy Stitches. I design cross-stitch patterns, and because of that, my life is a grand adventure. So I don't know what next year is as far as animals go, like year of the I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments, because whenever I absent-mindedly don't know something, 25 people tell me, so. Here at Lindy Stitches, it is the year of the bird. As if I could get any more into birds. Turns out I can. So this video is going to be two things. I'm going to share with you the things that I've been working on, the crafts I've been doing, cross-stitch projects that I've finished. I have a huge finish. And I'm also going to recap my live streams that I did last week on Facebook and Instagram in case you missed it. I'm going to quickly show you the two awesome things I have coming for 2022 and why I'm saying that it is the year of the bird. So, if you interacted with me over this last, what was for me a crazy weekend, I just want to say thank you, and you're awesome, and you've made my life awesome. So, two things to share with you for 2022 to make your year more colorful and fun. The first is my Stitch Along. Starts January 1st. It's already up on my website. You can check it out. It's called Marvelous World. It is a medium-sized pattern. It will come out in 4 parts. So if you don't know what a stitch along is, it's where you're kind of buying a cross-stitch experience. You go and you check out, you get the info, and then the pattern comes out in 4 parts. So that technically by the time you get the 4th part, you get to finish with other people who have been keeping up, although not all of us are able to kind of keep up with the cross-stitch experience. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed mine last year. This year I decided to not do a mystery, so you get to see the whole pattern and decide if you like it before you join. And here is what it looks like. It says, and I think, after all, what a marvelous world. Now, I did pattern the words after the lyrics of What a Wonderful World, but I can't use those lyrics to sell things, and so I changed it, and I think it has the same thankful, enjoyable feeling as you stitch it. In the doldrums of January, which is when I stitched this model, I really wanted a tropical color palette, which I haven't really gone after before. So this was really fun in January when it's gray and cold and kind of awful. Also a good sentiment for remembering that there are good things to think about as we stitch. I used 7 Weeks Dye Works colors in my pattern, as well as a bunch of DMC. There's full DMC alternatives if you don't want to use the Weeks Dye Works. However, I did use some really fun flosses. For example, this corner, this right here, is all one floss, also used right here. So I don't know, I tried to branch out a little bit and use the more heavily variegated. I only used one of them, but it was a stretch for me. So this bird is a royal flycatcher, and then you also have a dodo here, and then some sort of crane that I made up, and some floral motifs. This border is super fun. So this is What a Marvelous World. The first part of the pattern comes out January 1st, but you can go and check it out in my store. There's only one checkout process. The rest of it is automatic. You get automatically sent the next part of the pattern. Easy peasy. I hope you'll join me and stitch some nice cozy feels. The fabric is Sea Spray by Seraphim Fabrics. You can use Ada or Lugana or linen. It's just a nice aqua mint color with some brown modeling, which reminds me of sand or something. Moving on. Thing number 2 is actually a year-long thing. I am launching a club called the Bird Crush Club. And the club is a collaboration between myself and a photographer named Chris Gilbert. Chris's wife Sherry is a cross-stitcher, and quite a while ago she had emailed me some pictures that Chris had taken. Chris is a photographer, as I just said, and he is a birder, and the dude knows how to take amazing bird photos. I don't know how he does it, because he calls this a hobby. It just blows my mind. If I was half as good at some of my hobbies as Chris is at his hobbies, I mean, I would rule the world. Anyway, these photos were so good, I filed them away for future use, and the idea just came to me a few months ago that this would make an amazing club concept if we could celebrate birds and cross stitch at the same time. And so here's what it is. A monthly club. Every month you get sent a nice little package that focuses on one bird species. And so I have been showing off January because you gotta see what you're getting, right? For January, I chose an amazing shot of Chris's of the Stellar's Jay. A bird that was, before I saw Chris's photo, I'd never seen this bird before. Or if I had, I hadn't looked into it. This is Chris's photo of the Stellar's Jay. I mean, so beautiful. Obviously related to the blue jay. And I did not realize this until Chris gave me his little blurb about the Stellar's Jay. Also related to their corvids. Did you know that? Because I totally didn't know that. The blue jays are related to ravens and crows. Anyway, this is Chris's Stellar's Jay. So every month there's going to be a certain species. January, this is it. And here is my model. So you get this pamphlet that has Chris's amazing photo, plus the photo of my model. And inside is the pattern for this guy. Yep. I had so much fun with this. Using Chris's photo to make a cross-stitch pattern. I feel really privileged to be able to do this. So you get the pattern, you get this nice little species card from Chris featuring another one of his photos of the Stellar's jay. Chris wrote up some field notes for us, telling us a little bit about the species and then maybe a little blurb about what happened when he found it and photographed it. So you get these two things. You get 3 little stickers of the Stellar's jay. And you also get a skein of overdyed floss. The reason why you get a random skein of overdyed floss is because I decided to do all the charting in DMC except for one overdyed floss, and that's the floss you get in your package. So technically, if you have a nice collection of DMC, you'll be able to start stitching right away when you get your package, if you would like. So, before I started a club, I had no idea how complicated and how many decisions I would have to make. So I'm going to go over a few of the details that are important and a few of the things that I've been asked. So the first thing is that all of the birds, all 12 of the birds, will be exactly the same size. They will all fit in a 6-inch circle. This is a 6-inch circle frame from a store called Signed and Numbered on Etsy, and I like these because you can hang them on the wall. You can also, they're so chunky that you can just sit them on a shelf. I'm planning on making a bird wall of a 3x4 or maybe a 4x3 display of all my birds together. So I'm going to technically order 12 of these frames. But I give you what color frame I ordered and all of that info. They're easy to finish. You could finish them in a hoop. Regardless, if you stitch on 16 count Aida or 32 count linen, they'll fit in a 6-inch circle. If you want to stitch them on whatever your preferred fabric count is, totally fine. They'll fit in a circle. They're circular patterns, but they will all be the same size. They will all have all DMC except for one overdyed cotton. As far as the complexity of the patterns go, you will be able to stitch them on Aida. I usually do a lot of stylization. I do stylized birds. I'm going a little bit. We're not going cross-wing collection here. We're not going fractional stitches, but I am doing a little bit more complexity than I usually do in my cross-stitch patterns. And so Stellar's jay has back stitching. I mean, because I really don't know how you would do him without back stitching. Like, look at those lines. So he has some back stitching. He also has one French knot. He has no fractionals, and he has one blended thread. So that's a little bit more complicated than I usually do. I'm not going to go past that into, you know, confetti or craziness. February and March, I've already charted and stitched. They have none of that. They have only full crosses. And so the complexity of each bird might vary a little bit, but it's not going to be a headache. Not going to be headache stitches. Other things I've been asked. Can you stitch all 12 together? Yeah. I don't see why not. I have not charted all 12. I've been asked for like fabric recommendations for all 12, and I just can't go there. All I can say is you pick a medium toned fabric so that white and black would show up, you know, decently, because we're going to have a great range of colors. All the birds will be North American birds. What else have I been asked? Will you be able to preview each bird? No. I wanted it to be a surprise. You will be able to see Chris's Flickr stream, his photo stream, and you can go and check out his great range of charming bird photos. You are not going to get any bird that is not anything less than charming and amazing. I can promise you that. You can cancel and drop out of the club at any time. Yep. And I think that mostly covers all of the nitty-gritty details. So you can go on over to my website. I will put a link down below. I do not have a lot of spots left in the Bird Crush Club, but I wanted to put the info out there because I know the numbers will probably fluctuate from month to month, because you can pause or cancel your subscription at any time. It's going to be a little bit, I'm interested to see how it will go. I hope that everyone is delighted every month. That is my goal. But you can check out my frequently asked questions page, and there's tons of info over there. I am not releasing these patterns in any other way at this point, nor am I releasing the individual patterns. And so January, Stellar's Jay he will fly the coop on the last day of January. You won't be able to get him anymore, and I don't know what will happen in the future. Honestly, this year is going to be a lot of work for me. And so questions about like, will we be able to get this, when, how, I honestly, I have no idea. My focus is literally just making 12 really awesome bird patterns for this year for the Bird Crush Club. 2 things I want to show you. These are accessories, but I have keychains, and I love these. You can use them on your keys. I have them on my keys, or you can use them as a zipper pull on one of your project bags. It's really cool. It's 2 inches, it's enamel. It's awesome. The Bird Crush Club. And then I also made these little books. This is called The Aviary of Stitches, and you can use this for your Bird Crush projects. This aviary belongs to. You can put other bird projects in here, but it has a little photo section where you can put your sticker. You can pick your favorite sticker for each bird and put it in there, and then just write down your project info. So there's 12 sets of those pages, and in the back it says awesome things I learned about birds. I'm going to make a special pattern in December for all the people that have stayed in the club the whole year. It's going to be a larger pattern, and I already have a great concept for it that I think will delight my faithful Bird Crush Club members. And the other thing is that I'm planning on doing some live streams with Chris, because I have a lot of burning questions I need to ask him about birds and taking pictures of birds, and I'm just going to pick his bird brain. I'm going to take questions from club members, and we're going to have a fun time live streaming together. So that is the Bird Crush Club. Thank you for letting me ramble on about it. I'm still I'm in shock at how well it's gone and how much fun it's going to be. It's been crazy to take this foggy concept, and 1,000 decisions later, it's actually a functioning thing that people are excited about. So I'm really proud, and I'm really happy that so many of you want to join me in celebrating birds and cross stitch, 2 of life's greatest things. So now I'd like to share with you what I've been working on, my own personal projects, as well as one really awesome finish. So let's start with what I was working on last night. I gave myself a good a week or so to just stitch on whatever I felt like stitching on. Part of the Bird Crush Club is that I myself am stitching the models thus far. Right now I'm working on April. I have to stitch the models myself because I'm adding that extra like a little bit more realism that I'm used to designing, and so I just want to make sure that everything is looking right and all the colors are melding the way I want them to, because I want it to look like the photo. And that's a little bit more tricky, and so I've had a lot of birds in my works in progress, but I decided to take a break and work on my Templar prophecy. I was fantasizing a little bit about being able to finish this by the end of the year. I think only because this was a new year, new start for me. I think 2 years ago, although it might have been 3, I now can't remember. This has been on my plate for far too long. But I made some great progress. So since I showed it last, I did the little town on the bottom as well as that tree, which didn't take me as long as I thought it would. It went pretty quickly. Can you tell what I did last night? Last night I had the genius idea of like, I'm just gonna take this, bottom border line all the way to the other side, and I almost got to the other side and realized that I had counted wrong. The worst part about it was I had counted wrong from the very beginning, and so I started here last night and I just went. I started in the wrong spot. So then I just ripped it all out. Oh well. I was frustrated, but then I was too tired to care. Another project I gave myself a little bit of time on is the Prairie Schooler the Night Before Christmas. I adore this pattern. I think it's adorable. Really, Steph? How many times can you say the word adorable? I adoringly worked on this adorable project. I started this last year and really hadn't picked it up since last Christmas. But I got some work done. I did the snowflakes and I finished Little Santa, and I've been working on this block in the middle. Look at that little mouse. Really cute. I love this. It's going to be adorable. I'm stitching it on 32 count Tidal linen by Picture This Plus, and the cool thing about this pattern is if you stitch it on 32 count, I'm pretty sure it fits in an 8x10. Yeah, because when you finish it, it's like 9-ish by 7 by 9-ish, which means it'll fit in an 8x10. Super convenient. That's really all I've worked on. Which is rather pathetic, but wait till you see my birds. Alright, here's my finish. It is Huckleberry Farm by my friend Jeannine McGowan, the blue flower. I did a little bit of converting on this pattern. You can find my conversion on my website. You can find the pattern on her website. I can't wait to show you this because it's epic. Here, I'll put my head there. Can you see it? Wow. Isn't it awesome? I love this so much. Sorry, my sunlight is streaming through, but here's what it looks like. Isn't it awesome? Oh, I can't wait to frame this. I can't wait. Because it is so pretty. that's Huckleberry Farm. I feel like this was a very short video. I don't know if I will see you before the holidays, but I do hope that you and your family have a very nice break together. I hope you eat a lot of good food, watch nice cozy holiday movies, do a little dancing, do a little romancing, pet your cats, you know, all the good things, and have a very Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. Thanks for joining me. I will talk to you later. Everything I talked about will be linked down below. Thanks, friends. Bye.